You're listening to I-95, Bangor's classic rock station with Jay Stu and Corey in the morning. Jay Stu and Corey rock.
I-95, Jay Stu and Corey on Bangor's classic rock station, 95.7 FM here on... I feel like we were here last year talking about... Last year. That's how long ago last week seems. We were talking about... Was it Friday where we had the morning where we started out at like 1 below?
Yeah, it was cold.
And this morning I'm at like 42. There's no snow. It's the
but
opposite.
There's flooding.
Oh, of course there is.
Flooding. My basement's got a lovely stream going down through it.
Yeah.
Speaking of streams, I don't think they are allowing parking over at the Canusca Extreme parking lot if you're typically somebody that parks down that way in the Bangor area.
Do you mean on Valley Ave or do you mean over by like the banks and stuff?
I mean over by the banks and stuff is what I'm saying. The parking lot near Bangor's Canusca Extreme has been it's closed because that always floods though, like down the road from where Panquist is.
Yeah,
always floods. So, yep, they are. I think they closed that down Sunday night, and then basically they're going to keep it closed all the way through because that's one of those areas that's always affected by rain. But I know just having done a quick scan of social media that there are a lot of people dealing with a lot of pooling. I'm sure the end of the day will have with it maybe some washouts. Who knows?
Oh, probably all that stuff. Well, we might luck out in some ways. Obviously, it's super warm, but we did get with all that cold weather, the ground had a chance to firm up a little bit. So that could help us. By now, it probably won't matter. You know what I mean? But that may have staved off some of that crap initially with some of the washout and things.
Here's hoping.
But hydroplaning is the big thing this morning on the commute. There was a lot of that on the way in today, just unexpectedly. Where you've got, say, just a little, a spot with like a little knoll on each side where there's just a little bit of a dip in between. And I tell you right now, you hit those at 60 and it's just like, it's like a log ride at Disneyland. It's nuts.
Jeez.
Yeah, so
right,
just,
that's good to know.
I know everybody knows how to drive a car. I'm not here to tell people how to drive, but that's just what I noticed on the way in. I was like, oh, hey, look at that. Lots of water everywhere.
And I'm not even at Funtown.
Yeah. And the visibility is absolute crap. It was raining so hard this morning on the way in.
Oh, yeah.
So it was just, it's like literally the perfect storm.
Wonderful.
So, yeah, it's fun.
Happy Monday.
We've
got our morning music matchup up there. You've got Where Have All the Good Times Gone? I've got Good Times, Bad Times. You can vote 991-9713. This week, we're going to be giving away tickets to go see Foreigner, Styx, and John Waite. That should be cool. So, let's do this. Here we are. Happy Monday.
Monday it up on I-95. All right, now, it'd be pretty cool if we could have some thunder this morning. That'd be all right. That I'd be down with.
Only you would wish for thunder on a Monday morning.
Yeah, why not?
Remember we had that thunder snow last year and it freaked everybody out? And they were like, what the?
Oh, yeah. I like thunder snow, too. It's Jay Stu and Corey on Bangor's classic rock station, I-95. I remember the very first time I heard thunder snow, and we probably talked about it at the time. I think I was like a sophomore in high school, something like that. And we had a snow day, and Mom and I are drinking coffee in the living room like we do, watching Days of Our Lives when it used to be on at 9 a.m. on Channel 2.
Oh, I remember. Yeah.
And all of a sudden we hear, kaboom, and we're just like, the hell was that? Both of us looked at each other like, are you serious? Like, we didn't believe it was thunder. We thought like a snowplow must have hit a car or something out in front of the house. And I ran out into the kitchen and I look and there's nothing. I'm like, there's nothing. And then a couple minutes later, kaboom. And there was this little flash of lightning. And I was like, we both looked at each other. We're like, all right, thunder and lightning in a snowstorm. We were like, this isn't right. And then on the news that night, they talked about, thunder, snow, and stuff like that. But this was 1990, something like that. So it's not like thunder snow was invented in the 90s.
No, but you learned about it. See, I didn't know that thunder snow was a thing until it happened last year, and I was like, oh, well, all right, I'm 40 some odd years old, and I didn't realize that. Yesterday was weird too because, and I'm not sure if it was the rain melting like the big icicles, but there were definitely some bangs and some weird noises yesterday to do with the snow. I think maybe some ice coming off of the house or
Could be.
something. Maybe there was some thunder snow yesterday. Maybe. I don't know. But it definitely, it's made some noises, this storm, between the rain and the flooding and the, there's stuff happening. So there's also probably stuff that's making your commute a little bit tricky this morning. As Jay Stu mentioned, hydroplaning could be a thing today, is a thing in some spots.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
beware of that.
Especially
We've
on the
got a
highway.
music matchup.
I forget exactly where it is, but there's this. There's a section. I want to say it's between Newport and Bangor, somewhere in there, where there's some like divots in the road, like some actual wheel grooves that pull right in spots, and like you can't get. It's almost like you can't get out of it. And I know people. I've seen people complain about it on Facebook and stuff like that. So definitely those spots too that are notorious. Remember that.
Speaking of the highway. And holy crap, like over the weekend, where they had to shut down like a giant portion of that because it was so icy and stuff, and the cars were going off the road and everything. Yeah. Wow. Like, we've had some weather the last 48 hours. So we've had everything from like terrible driving conditions to terrible driving conditions. It's been
just
great.
The fact that the temperature right now is 43 degrees warmer than it was the last time we were talking to each other, and all the snow is gone. Like we had a foot of snow on the ground and it was 1 below, and now it's, yesterday it was almost 50 at my house. It's like this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous.
Welcome to Maine. Welcome to Maine, right? All right, our morning music matchup. You've got Where Have All the Good Times Gone? I've got Good Times, Bad Times. So Van Halen versus Zeppelin today, 991-9713. You can hit us up on our Facebook page. You can vote via our app or message us if you want to as well. We are at all the places. You should be at all the places, too, because you can listen at all the places.
There you go. Flawless logic right there from one Corey. Miss Corey.
One and only time this week and or month that happens. So let's mark that down on the calendar. December 11th, 6:26
a.m.
Corey made sense for a minute. It's going to go away. Don't worry.
It will by the time I hit the button. Let's see. No, you did all right. Jay Stu and Corey on Bangor's classic rock station. So who is dominating the battle at this point?
There's no domination today. It's pretty back and forth. Van Halen might have a slight lead at the moment.
Really?
But they're both good songs. They're both fitting for today, I think. Where Have All the Good Times Gone? It's Monday, definitely at my house. And Good Times, Bad Times, also applicable to my house today.
It's funny. Diver Down, the record that Van Halen tune is off from. I love Van Halen. You know that.
I know.
But that may be the one album that in some ways they just kind of phoned it in. Because I think there are...
You're making people angry.
Oh, whatever. No. There are like over half the record is cover songs. Like over half the record. Now, Van Halen does amazing covers. They have this neat way of sort of making it their own so that by the end of it, if you never knew that it was a cover tune, you wouldn't know necessarily. Like they make it their own for sure. So you can't slight them for that. But it's like for whatever reason, Dave, I think it was probably all the nose candy at the time, but he was just like, yeah, we should do more cover songs. And like everybody in the band is like, you realize we write songs, right?
We are a band.
Yeah.
We're a real... honest to goodness band.
People pay money to hear our music, But yeah, like that song is on there. Pretty Woman is on there. Dancing in the Streets. There's like 2 or 3 others that are also covers. It's nuts. It's weird.
Well, it's winning right now. Is what it is. So
hashtag winning.
If you're a Van Halen fan and you have not yet clocked your vote in today for our morning music matchup, you can do so. If you're a Zeppelin fan, wake up, start voting. Here we go. It's Where Have All the Good Times Gone or Good Times, Bad Times. That's our first battle of the week right out of the gate on this Monday morning. So hit us up on our usual spots, on our Facebook Messenger, on our app Messenger, or just the Facebook page if you'd like. We would love to hear from you. Or you can call 991-9713.
Sure. Or just, do what most people are doing right now and hit the snooze button an extra time, roll over and kind of look at your phone with one eye because one eye's buried in the pillow, and you can just kind of vote on Facebook with one finger with the covers wrapped around your face.
Very true. Very true.
That's how I write my articles for work. Anyway, let's get it done. It's time to wrap up the matchup. When we come back, we'll have our winner right here on I-95. Van Halen covering the Kinks on I-95, Bangor's classic rock station, taking the top spot today in the morning music matchup. So maybe we'll see Zeppelin on Friday. Well, we'll see them there. We'll see how they do.
Definitely see them on Friday. We just don't know if they'll win.
Right. Zeppelin needs to win more. I'm just going to I mean, well, yeah, whatever. When they're up against Van Halen, I can't choose. I'm like a dog that would just like chase its tail in a circle till I passed out before I could actually choose which one was my favorite. So,
I can see that. I understand that. Absolutely. You know what makes me sad about this weather is on Friday, took the kids over to the Stillwater Lights and did make the trip through there. And with the snow, it was really, really cool looking. And actually, I got a picture taken with Santa because he was out there, surprisingly. They had some pizza. It was a good time. And now it's just going to be mud for a minute.
Oh, yeah.
And that sucks because that's not as pretty and whimsical.
The lights always do look cooler with the snow because we have a bunch of them in our backyard. Some like LED Christmas tree, Christmas lights that my wife puts out. And when there's snow, they glow on the snow and kind of reflect off it. So our whole yard looks like, it's like gardens aglow in my backyard. Well, that's not true. There's
magical.
like 4 trees. That's it. But it feels festive. And you're right. Not as much so when there's no snow on the ground. And I was looking ahead at the forecast, and I could be wrong because, the weather does what the weather does. Right now, there doesn't seem to be any chance of a white Christmas.
Ugh.
So it's like we just had this wonderful tease for a few days. Granted, I'm kind of glad to see it gone. I won't lie. But, yeah, now we're just going to have, brown, green, mud.
Christmas. I'm doing
Chris mud.
Brown Chris mud, exactly. Oh, that sucks.
Oh, well.
So we did that on Friday. On Saturday, there was a bunch of stuff. Oh, I got to go do the Christmas party for Spectrum Radiology at Seasons. That's always so much fun. They know how to dance. We had a blast doing that. And then Sunday, I popped in for briefly because I couldn't stay for the whole thing because we had a birthday party, but to the John Baptist Christmas concert. And you know what they started out with? Their big band. What they started, like the very first. And I looked over, and my 8-year-old Bridget looks at me, and she looks back. She's like, "They're doing it." Crazy Train was what they started the whole thing.
I believe
with,
it.
Which was awesome. So got to rock out there at the Babs concert for a little while. And that reminds me, so I sent Vinny, our buddy from Crazy Train, a bumper sticker. And he sent me a picture back of the Crazy Train
I got
RV
the same picture.
with the bumper sticker, proudly displayed right there. So I-95 rocking it to wherever they go this season, which is cool.
They'll be crazy on the road. Mm-hmm. When we come back next hour, of course, we got to start giving away tickets. So let's get on that train coming up here in just a couple minutes on I-95. I-95, Bangor's classic rock station. Jay, Stu, and Corey here. Okay.
Oh yeah, we've been talking about giving away tickets for a little while. In fact, Debbie, I already saw up on her Facebook. She wants to win these tickets wicked bad. So there's the Foreigner Sticks and John Waite tickets because they're coming to town in August.
Yeah,
that is the next round of tickets that we are giving away.
I said that we didn't pick how we were going to give it away yet.
Yeah, how we're going to do it. That's what we got to figure out. So we will do that and then get back to you next. So make sure you've got the number, 991-9713. Make sure you head over to i95rocks.com, or if you've got the app, open that up and put your name in the hat for a second chance, because those are ways you can do that right now if you want.
Absolutely. It's funny.
Options.
We were just talking about Vinny and Crazy Train and their wonderful Aussie experience. And it just happens we have a little right now on I-95. I-95, Jay, Stu, and Corey on Bangor's classic rock station. So, remember last week we were talking about how in Maine, the first month of legal weed versus the first month of sports betting, we were, just sort of curious how they stacked up against each other cash-wise.
Yep.
Because everybody was bragging when weed became legal. It was like, oh, it's going to be, blah, blah, blah. They did $1.5 million the first month.
And it was like $1.5 million to $43 million, right? I think.
Exactly. Yeah. So sports betting, obviously people want to, weed, you're definitely just giving money away. You get something in return, arguably, but you're basically giving money away. When you bet on something, there's always the hope you're going to get something back. So
Right.
I get it. I get it.
Okay.
So along those lines, let's put those two things together in one spot. I think we alluded to this last week. So today's game is going to be called Weed or Steed.
So you got to basically tell us whether it's the name of a strain of weed or the name of a horse.
Yeah, like a Kentucky, specifically a Kentucky Derby winner. Is it a Derby winner, or is it something that you can buy at the 1,462 dispensaries here in the greater Bangor area?
All right, here we go. 991-9713. If you can name whether it's a weed or a steed, you're going to get yourself some tickets to go see Foreigner, Styx, and John Waite when they come to the Main Savings Amphitheater in August. So here we go.
All right. 991-9713. Let's do it. I-95, Jay Stu and Corey on Bangor's classic rock station. So it's all about weed or steed today as far as trying to get some tickets to see Foreigner and Styx and John Waite when they come to Bangor next summer. Right? Is that in the summer? I couldn't remember for a split second if that was going to be at the Cross Insurance Center or at the waterfront. I was just like, wait a minute.
I'm pretty sure it's at the waterfront.
No, it is. It is. It totally is. So let's see how this turned out. I-95, who's this?
Hey, this is Eric.
Eric, how you doing, my man?
Doing great. How are you?
Oh, we're just ducky over here, literally, because, rain, ducky, all that good stuff.
It's kind of deep.
No doubt about
backyard.
that.
There are tiny little ponds, several of them right now, all over the place. So, yep.
Yeah, I was parting the waves on the road coming in.
Oh, wow, I bet. All right,
Yucky.
are you ready to play Is It Weed or a Steed for some tickets to go see
Yes, I am.
Foreigner, Styx, and John Waite? All right, here we go.
Okay, for the whole thing right here, the name is Black Gold.
Black Gold. That's a Kentucky Derby winner.
Boom!
Yes,
you are
Eric, you are
absolutely correct.
All right.
Yep, I was fooled. I was ready to immediately throw down on weed.
Awesome. Thank you.
You had me there. I was like, I'm pretty sure someone could throw a bag of weed at your face and you wouldn't even know what it was, but that's probably a good thing. That's not an insult
It's very
necessarily.
true, probably. I'd be like, oregano? This is great. I'm going to make some spaghetti. Yes. So congratulations to Eric. He's our first winner. Don't forget, you head over to i95rocks.com. You head over to our app. You can sign up for a second chance to win those tickets. So we've got this week, Foreigner, Styx, and John Waite. We have another round of Judas Priest after that. And maybe even another round of these guys. So we got stuff to give you pretty much the rest of the month, which is great.
Yeah, we'll get to all that. So congrats again to Eric. And I want to go to all these shows, and I'll probably just stay home. So there's that. All right, stay with us right here on I-95.